We're here to talk about Africa. Only Africans are better placed to appreciate their issues and to formulate responses to them. And I think that the Crans Montana, we're off to a very good start this morning because we started to talk about something that is very fine but also a complex issue that has to do with the youth. Talking about the youth and talking about their role in peace and security. How do we tackle issues relating to unemployment? So I think we discussed a wide range of issues relating to the African youth. How do we ensure that we assure them that their future is in Africa and their future is not abroad? How do we ensure that governments create the proper conditions for them? How do we work with the private sector to support entrepreneurs and all of that? How do we ensure that our continent is devoid of conflicts? And so looking at the next days ahead, tomorrow we'll be talking about things like digital transformation and all. I think we're here talking about very important things that we have to take very seriously if Africa has to take a giant leap. This is my first time at Crans Montana, but I think that I have fallen in love with this concept, and it is just one of the most critical steps we have to adopt in moving forward. Sometimes it's good to move to another environment where you have different people coming from different countries in the continent, different experiences. You have that cross-pollination of ideas. You discuss, hear the experience in Rwanda, hear the experience in Gambia, in Morocco, and you share your own country's experience as well. When you are enriched with all of those perspectives, you are in a better position to make the right choices. So that's why it's very important that we are in such a good social milieu. I think it's one important step. But over and above that, every country in Africa has to make a very good determination. That every country has to take responsibility for what is happening in that country. We have to depart from the old ways where we have to depend on donors, depend on international organizations. Now we have to take our destiny in our own hands. And I think that is what Crans Montana is doing. That is the spirit of Dakhla. And I think moving forward, it's a very fine example to emulate. I am the Deputy Minister for Information and Communications. My president, retired Brigadier Julius Marabio, believes that ICT is the way to go. He believes in education. That is why he has put human capital development at the forefront of the national developmental agenda. So for Sierra Leone, we are committed to good governance. We are committed to the fight against corruption. Before we came, we were about 49% in the fight against corruption. Now we have moved up to 71%. We are doing well in revenue mobilization. We're trying to develop programs for the youth. We're trying to develop programs for agriculture. And so I think the important lesson for me from Dakhla is that 1 year from now, we should be able to come back and be able to narrate some of the success stories that we have.